In this video, I hope to explain to you how to have a good group discussion. As you know, this will be a major aspect of our class, so I hope that you will take time to deeply understand the content of this video. As you see, the video is divided into 3 parts. The first part will be about being a good listener. The second one, being a good speaker. And also to help you prepare for the discussion, I will explain the part of the worksheet dedicated to reflecting on the content of videos. Yes, there is a worksheet connected to this video, and the worksheet is called video number 1, Good Group Discussion. So please, if you haven't downloaded it yet, go to the website and download it. So the worksheet looks like this. At the top, you have the video number, its name, and for this video, you have actually 2 parts. We will start, as I said, with being a good listener. Also, something I need to emphasize here is that words highlighted in gray are the video target words, meaning words that we expect you to learn if you don't know them, or review if you know them already. They will be part of the tests we will have at the end of each topic. So what you're seeing now is an adapted version of the Cornell note system. And as we have explored a little bit in class already, on the left side you have the guiding questions, so questions that should help you pay attention to the main points of the video. Also, on the right side is a column dedicated to your notes while you're listening, knowing what you're supposed to be listening to. Thanks to the guiding questions, take notes. Don't have to worry about making full sentences. Keywords are great. Spelling will come later. Later is here when you actually write your answers to the guiding questions. A note here, as you can see, I haven't posted this video yet. I am making it. So the YouTube link will be probably on your paper. When you answer questions, I would highly recommend you to use your own words. The reason is, if you just write down what you heard, let's say those words are not familiar to you, they don't feel right, your understanding and remembering the content of the video might be a lot more tricky. So I would recommend you to try to use your own words. And yes, the last point, point number 4, summarize the video using the concept mat. Here it is at the bottom. To be a good listener, then you have space here to write what are the most important information to be a good listener according to you. The inspiration for this video is from the book called How to Study in College by Polk, and I apologize if I'm not saying this last name right, and Owens, and I'm using the 10th edition. So as much as possible, I will be referencing the pages where the quotes come from. But I have to say, this book is meant for native speakers, so I have adapted it quite a lot to our context, which is non-native speakers in Japan. So, how to have a good group discussion. Let's start with being a good listener. Being a good listener is actually not something so simple. It's not just sitting and listening. It's actually an activity that requires efforts. And Polk and Owens do point out that we need 3 skills to be a good listener. The first one is attitude, the second one attention, and the third one adjustment. So let's start with attitude. I'll ask you to watch the following 2 videos. Mathew and I are discussing flipped classes. Try to pay attention to the differences between the 2 videos, and please be reminded that the worksheet has also questions. So hopefully you've read them and you know what to pay attention to. So I'd like to talk to you guys about something I've been really excited about, and it's regarding flipping classes. I've been interested in trying to change the way I teach, and I did a lot of research and I did a lot of reading. And is that okay with you?
So you want to change the way we teach?
Well, sure, but are you okay talking about this now, or do you want us to talk about something else today?
Whatever.
Okay. How about you? Alright, so hi,
hey.
Lady, gentlemen. I'd like today to talk about something I've been working a lot on during the summer, and it's flipping classes.
Flipping classes?
Yes, so flipping classes is trying to do more independent work outside of class to master the content of the class, so that in class you get more time to share what you've learned in the videos or the text you've been reading.
So you're talking about the students doing more outside of class.
Exactly, right?
Let me get a pen.
Okay. So that in class, they have more time to discuss, share ideas, see what other things to try to widen their perspectives, and also, once the content is down, getting them into a project, having time for them to work on projects in class, so that if they need help, if they need advice, if they're confused, they can come and talk to us. So this is the type of interactions I've been looking for with my students.
So what's the first step in flipping a class?
Well, it's to pretty much divide the content you want to keep covering in class and the one you want to cover outside of class. Mm-hmm. So basically it's to have a very clear idea of what you will do during the semester.
So you have your objectives all labeled and...
Yes, exactly. And I've discovered something doing the reading I was mentioning earlier in the concept maps. They've helped me immensely to organize my thinking.
How to Study in College book you talked about.
Yes, that book that you've been hearing a lot about.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you. Do you have any questions?
Fine, be that way.
All right, so I hope that you could see the difference between Matt's attitude in the first video and his attitude in the second video. In the first video, for me, he was clearly negative about the topic, or even towards my own interest, I would say. And in the second video, he was engaged, he asked questions, he took notes, and that's what I believe Polk and Owens describe really well in this quote right here. They say that you must walk into the classroom convinced that you will acquire new information and insights and learn things of real value. So convinced is a very powerful word here. You have to tell yourself, right, I will learn something new today. I will discover something that has a lot of value. And this is important to me because I believe that this way your mind will be open to others' ideas. And it's only when your mind is open to others' ideas that I think you can learn something new. There's the possibility of you discovering something that you didn't know. And actually, Polk and Owens use a very, very nice quote that I will also borrow. And the quote is from Kevin Murphy in a book called Effective Listening, Hearing What People Say and Making It Work for You. It's kind of an old book published in 1987, but it just seems so appropriate. So Kevin Murphy says, or wrote, that minds are like parachutes. They only function when open, right? So your mind can work only if it is like this parachute, open to others' idea. So that would be my recommendation regarding attitudes. Be open to others. To summarize, an open mind in a good discussion might introduce you to new, exciting ideas, and especially something I am very fond of, multiple perspectives. Seeing one topic, one idea from different angles. Like here. All right, the next skill is attention. So again, please watch Mathew and I discuss our reading. 2 videos, like you did before. Can you tell the difference between the 2 videos?
Hey, you two.
Ah, hi there. Thank you for joining.
No problem.
And I'm doing great. Sorry for cutting you off. So today, as I told you, I'd like to talk about the book I've been reading about education. I've been wanting to get a bit more knowledge about what people have been researching. And as you know, I like the United Nations, so last year I got that book at the the Conference for Sustainable Development and Education. And maybe you could do a Google search about what I'm talking about.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, you two.
Hi there. How are you?
Good, and you?
Doing pretty good. Excited. Thank you for joining the discussion. I've been wanting to share that book with you.
Just turn this off.
Thank you. You are busy, aren't you?
Okay, cool. You have my full attention.
Thank you. So, as I was telling you briefly in the email, I wanted to share a little bit more about sustainable education and sustainable development, the connections, since we're going to talk about it with the students.
Yeah.
And, well, actually, one thing related to the phone you just put away is that in developed countries this has become a real issue for focus and concentration and ability to see through a project. Like there seems to be a tendency for the students to get sidetracked and never quite finish, and then have to hurry towards the end to finish everything, and so the quality of the work has been going down.
I didn't realize you're talking about in developing countries?
Developed.
Okay,
yeah,
that
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah,
I was going to say, I didn't realize they had phones in developing
They
countries.
do.
Okay. So it's not just developed countries.
But the studies mainly have been done in developed countries. So really thank you for turning off your phone.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. I believe you could tell the difference in Matt's attitude. In the first video, he was clearly not paying attention to what I was saying, looking at his phone, and reacting to what he was reading on the screen of his phone. Whereas in the second video, he actually turned off the phone right at the beginning of the discussion so that he could pay attention to what I was saying. And again, here we have a wonderful quote by Polk and Owens. And so first let me read the quote and then I'll explain it. Attention is the path that will lead you to a wonderful state of concentration. Without concentration, there is no focus. And without focus, there is almost no learning. So let me stop here for the quote. And I think this connects really well to what I was saying in the video. And yes, studies have been done showing that the use of smartphones have had a very negative impact on students' ability to concentrate, to focus, and this has led them to perform quite poorly at school. So the idea here is not just during a discussion, I would hope for you to pay attention, but actually whenever you're engaged in a learning or a task, to put away all your little gadgets that might distract you and pay full attention to what is happening. Let me keep on going with the quote. If you pay attention and concentrate, you will become an active listener, able to synthesize new information with facts and ideas you've already known. And I agree again with Polk and Owens. I really think the benefits of paying attention and concentrating are amazing. An active listener is someone who can, yes, take new information and put it into what he or she knows already. So being able to gain knowledge, to compare, this is what I knew, this is what now I know, how is that different? And I truly believe that this process helps you think and helps you grow as a learner. The last skill for being a good listener is adjustment. So, you might have noticed in even daily life that discussions start very often with a specific topic or a question. And then somehow you end up talking about another topic. In an everyday conversation, that's fine. And in a discussion, this could also be okay. And my recommendation here would be you need to be flexible, right? And keep listening. The reason is that sometimes off-topic discussions might actually help you connect the real topic, so the initial topic of the discussion, to something you hadn't thought about, to something new. So here I'm using this little picture to help you understand that, right? The connecting two things that didn't seem to belong together or that weren't connected initially. This being said, if a discussion goes too off topic, if you really cannot see any connection, well then your role would be to recenter, right? Get back on the topic. You could say something like, I appreciate your ideas. Remember that it's important to show people you respect what they're saying. So I appreciate your ideas, but what was our original topic? What was our original question? A way to show this is this little diagram that I made. So here you have your original topic, your original question. Somehow the discussion goes off topic. You feel that this is really not helping you understand, or this is not moving the conversation forward, so you recenter the question. That is also the role of a good listener.